Listen, all that talk y'all
I was
talking is for
responding to
squares, man.
Aisha.
I'm sorry, y'all. All that talk you talking is for squares. People with real perception sense see what's going on, man. She ain't go because she don't fuck with Trump, and there's clearly something going on with their marriage that they not talking about. Now y'all could play this game all y'all want and try to come with this mail. Maybe he let her go, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. All of us got eyes. All of us can read body language. None of us are children here. Y'all know what's going on, and y'all want to act and play these games like y'all can't see. There's clearly something going on in their marriage. I don't know what it is, but there's clearly something something afoot. Clearly she didn't go because she doesn't rock with Trump. Like come on. If she had a brain cancer, she would probably put out a statement. Hey, Michelle's not feeling well. Whatever the prayers for Michelle, whatever the case, bro. She don't got brain cancer. She clearly was traveling, so it's clearly she's able to travel. She has access to the best plane. She's a first lady. Like, stop it. Like, please, nobody was gonna make her feel uncomfortable. The Secret Service protecting her 24 hours a day. Like, what are we even talking about? Her plane couldn't make it. You're talking about the first lady couldn't get a plane. Like, what are we saying right now?
And this
Like,
is why I said black men gonna see black women. Like, whenever we're not doing what y'all want, y'all gonna
the first lady could have got a spaceship if she wanted, man.
That have those reasons, no matter what she
Why
did.
we over here talking like we're children?
All that's been discredited from one moment. That's crazy.
We want to get the way it's supposed when we know what's up.
Cloud. We can trigger now. Go ahead, Trigger.
Yo, what's going on? Good evening, everybody. Yeah, man. This is an interesting topic. I just came on because it's something that I was very passionate about talking about. But let's talk about why this is more important to highlight about Michelle Obama specifically. This is the one lady that should have never done this. All right. When it comes to these like political situations, you got to understand that men, especially men, black men, are disappointed because this is the lady that said, when they go low, we go high.
We go high. Thank you.
She did all that to basically show you. And you got to understand, like, black women do this thing that when you talk about people of other races and their disrespect and all of that, you do it with a sense of moral authority that basically says, I would never do that to you because I'm better than that. Every time a black woman speaks, she uses that tone. So all that Michelle Obama did was show that she's no better than none of these motherfuckers. She's just as petty, right? So this is one of those situations where the respect that people were going to have for black women in the foreseeable future was hanging in the balance. The lady that lost to this dude, lost the electoral and popular vote, sat there like a grown woman and took it. He was talking stuff about her right to her face. She was sitting right next to him. And she sat there like a grown woman and took it. And Michelle Obama ain't making these excuses. So why are we making these excuses for her? Once again, a black man has to look like he doesn't have control of his own household, of his own situation. Laura Bush, a white woman, sat there with her man because of optics. Jill Biden, a white woman, sat there with her man because of optics. They all hate that motherfucker, and they still sat there and took it. But once again, we all have to suffer a bad social image because a black woman got an attitude. We sick of this shit. We're sick of it.
Another thing too, when Obama was addressed, if Michelle is this strong black woman that we've seen all of these years for the past 12 years, she's been this strong black woman, so strong that when Obama was speaking to grown black men, he told them, "Y'all lucky Michelle ain't here." He said this to grown black men. Y'all lucky Michelle ain't here. As if Michelle was going to say something and do something that was going to persuade these grown black men to make a decision. But somehow, some way, she was triggered by standing with her husband amongst somebody that she doesn't feel comfortable with or like. So all of that shit goes out of the window. All we can do is look at what it is that we're being faced with and what is going to be the assumptions, the presumptions. What are people going to think? That's why your image matters. These people have PRs. That they have PR people for a reason. They say, "Oh man, I don't know, Michelle. This might backfire on us. This actually may be a good move." There's a reason why they go through this process because of their image. So again, You could talk all that shit that she was uncomfortable, triggered, whatever. That's fine. Stand with your husband, or neither one of y'all show up. It's that simple. That now shows that both of y'all are standing in a union as one, as a unit. And when you do the opposite, it looks bad.
And on top of that, if Obama sanctioned that, that was a bad decision. So if people are bringing his leadership into question, like, bro, why would you ever let that go down? You, as a once leader of the free world, you know that that's bad optics. You know way better than that. Should have made her come. Period.
We're gonna let that sink in, man, because I couldn't believe it. I'm just not gonna lie. Everything y'all saying could be true, right? She got an attitude. She's not feeling it. She felt disrespected. Nothing actually matters more than the optics. It ain't what it is, it's what it looked like. Every married man knows this. You could have just had a blowout fight with your wife in the car before the company Christmas party. Get your ass in the car and smile, wave, do all the hugs. Because when people ask you how your marriage doing, we good. We're fine. And we'll finish the argument when we get back in the car. Optics are everything, especially to Black people. We have a very bad and negative social image. And she is of the highest echelon of people that have ever touched greatness on earth. She is held to a bigger standard, and she failed. Like, why are we making excuses for her? She failed. Right. And it's the worst optics in history. I took a picture of it. You got George Bush, Laura Bush, Jill Biden, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, her husband, Obama by himself. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And then none of those words were good for Black people, unfortunately. So she failed us for real.
Yeah, she did.
I actually think it should have been more Black people present. I think that, I don't know who said it, but I think we should have showed up and showed out anyway. I feel like our presence should have been known. I feel like Black people talk a good game, but are y'all really ready to fight? Because if y'all was, y'all should have been standing right there next to Obama. It should have been way more Black politicians, way more Black senators. All these people that get up and talk all of that woo-woo, none of them was able to go there and look that man in his face. And it felt some type of way when I looked in there and I seen our wife. I'm like, them people could have been there. They had invites too, right? They could have been right up in there. All the Black senators, politicians, oh, we just not gonna go because we don't like him. Not knowing how that really looks. I'm like, y'all gotta go show up and show out. Y'all talk all that noise, but nobody wanted to actually face it and be there. And then in that moment, just to be there is a statement. Like, that's something you ain't gonna never ever get to do again in your life. So if you have that opportunity, why would you even pass that up over something about feelings and emotions? Black people get too emotional about things that don't matter.
Just to add to what Aisha just said, because she said something very profound, and it reminds me of, I don't know if it was during Trump's presidency where he was doing like a State of the Union address or something, or he was talking about the Platinum Plan or something like that. But I remember there was a specific, probably a State of the Union address where he was talking about milestones for the Black community, right? Like, he was saying a bunch of stuff for the Black community that was positive. And like, they refused to cheer. So it's like half of the room is cheering and half of them are just like, yo, we not going to cheer. And it's like, bro, like, this is good for Black people and y'all not even going to cheer for that. It's like, bro, like, politics is supposed to be like, y'all are professionals at the end of the day. Like, this is your job. You're professionals and you might have your feelings, but like, a win is a win. Just because you don't like the way the win came, a win is a win. Like, we got to get over this petty, like, childish stuff that we do, because it's like, the world kind of looks at our community as children. The world doesn't look at our community with the same respect as they look at each other. And it's like, sometimes it's because of our behavior. We got to let some of this childish stuff go and be willing to be like, okay, feelings aside, now it's time to handle business. Now it's time to handle politics. Now it's time to make deals. But we always want to be like, oh, well, I don't want to make a deal because this guy don't like Black people. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter if he likes Black people. Make the deal. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if we're not friends. Make the deal. So that's the way I see it.